last week I got this question about overshooting your set point weight, and I want to make a video about it today. So whether you have already overshoot your set point weight or you are just afraid that this might happen, then this video is for you. But firstly, I want to say that it's not necessarily that you are doing something wrong, but sometimes for the recovery to happen, we need, our body needs to overshoot our set point weight, and this is how your body recovers. There is nothing you can do about it. But if you're just eating enough and you are not compensating, exercising, purging, going back to restriction or dieting, and you are doing your best to recover, then this is the best you can do and you are not doing anything wrong. But the thing is that if you overshoot, then the weight can calm down by itself over time. And yeah, this is just to say, to reassure that you're not doing anything wrong, and this is just how our body recovers sometimes. Some people overshoot, some don't. But in this video, I want to talk about two major things, what I feel can make you overshoot really unnecessarily, or you have to avoid these two mistakes to make sure that you are doing the best you can to recover your body. So the first thing, in my opinion, is that when people go back to relapsing in recovery, back and forth with recovering, eating enough, stopping all compensation, but then what happens is that their body will start gaining weight rapidly. It can happen because you were underweight to begin with, or just your body gets hydrated because you have been purging, and now you restore all this hydration, and you gain water weight, and you can gain even, I don't know, just 10 pounds in a matter of couple of days. And this will make most people to freak out. And even for me, it wasn't easy. I was normal weight, but still I had this water retention and bloating, and it made me go back to relapse few times in my recovery. And for example, some digestive issues and things like that, what are perfectly normal recovery symptoms, and there's nothing wrong with you. But if it makes you freak out, the mistake people are doing is that they go back to relapsing, only to find themselves stuck in the eating disorder all over again, and then they start recovery again. But the same thing happens. They start to gain weight again, they again freak out, and they relapse and go back to restricting. And this happens over and over again in recovery. And this is not even recovery, this is just it's the same essentially as yo-yo dieting. And if you know anything about yo-yo dieting, you know that you can gain weight, more weight in a long term, and even more weight than you started with in the beginning. And what yo-yo dieting, or going back and forth with restriction and then eating enough, and it doesn't even require you to binge eat or overeat, but just after restriction, when you go back to just eating a normal amounts of food you did before, what happens is that because of the dieting and restriction, your metabolism is already slower. Then it's very natural for you to gain weight very rapidly. And because your metabolism is slower, your body doesn't trust you. It is afraid that we might be starving soon again. It will start to gain more weight just as a protection, and it will gain more fat as a protection from future starvation. So in recovery, when you go back and forth with relapsing, your body can't even relax. Your body is in a constant state of worry that you might be starving soon again, and then your metabolism won't increase, your hormones or your hunger cues won't go back to normal. You will always feel like you are like overeating, and that's why you even may feel like that if you eat more than you allow yourself to, then you only seem to like gain weight. And this is because your body is in the like starvation mode, or in another way it's called this like adaptive thermogenesis. And this is what your body does as a protection mechanism. It will keep your metabolism slow, and it has all this kind of like system to protect you from the future starvation. So yeah, the first biggest mistake people make is that they go back and forth, like recovering and relapsing, and it's essentially same as your dieting. And your dieting can increase your weight over time because your metabolism stays suppressed, plus the extreme hunger or the binging you can have in between. So yeah, and I will make a very detailed article about this on my website under the same video. So if you want to know more about the scientific reasons about the yo-yo dieting and overshooting your weight, then please go to my website and see under the same video what I wrote. But yeah, so on to the second reason why I think people might overshoot their weight, even though otherwise they shouldn't have, is that they might increase their calories. They might say, okay, I was eating like 1,200 calories before, this is too little, I know, like this is eating disorder, my body can't recover, but they still don't allow themselves to eat to full hunger, but they still use control to, like, yes, they increase calories, but not to their like full hunger. And many like try to recover on 2,000 calories. But what 2,000 calories might do to your body is that, yes, because your metabolism is suppressed, yes, you can gain weight. And it seems like, oh my god, like I'm recovering, I'm gaining weight, so it means that this is enough calories and I shouldn't go over this because you see I'm already gaining weight. But like, you will gain weight even when you increase your calories for like, I don't know, little bit. Like, recovery is not only about gaining weight, but it's also about restoring your metabolism, your hormones, getting your period back, getting enough energy so your body is not eating itself, and it can restore the muscle mass and the bone mass and everything. And when you eat only 2,000 calories, then your body might still feel like, okay, we have to restore like more fat because we are still starving, and we can't let go and relax completely because there is not enough calories coming in. And that's why many people have wrote to me that they're eating like 2,000 calories, and every time they try to eat more, they keep on gaining weight. At the same time, they don't have their period, they feel tired, they have this bloating and water retention, they still have many of the starvation symptoms. And yeah, this is a problem, and I would say it's impossible to recover on like 2,000 calories and do it like fully, so you feel completely normal. You don't feel like cold all the time, you have your healthy period, healthy hair, strong like nails, and you have energy. Yeah, so that's why that people tend to relapse, like still restrict when I tell them that, yeah, just eat as much as you want. Eat as much as you want works only when you truly like let go and eat, like let yourself eat as much as you want. Not like, yeah, I eat as much as I want, like only 2,000 calories, not above it. And if you have more hunger or extreme hunger, you try to avoid it. Yeah, so that's why I recommend the minimal calorie guidelines. Or now it has changed to this homodynamic recovery method, I think it was called. Yeah, anyway, I will link it down below. And it's essentially about 2,500 to 3,500 calories based on your age and gender. Yeah, so that's why I recommend minimal calorie guidelines, because then you can be sure that you're not staying in this starvation mode, your metabolism is not staying suppressed, you are recovering, like really recovering your body, and you are giving your body enough energy, enough nutrition to recover. Yeah, and your metabolism is speeding up, and you can recover your normal hunger cues in time. And you are like ruling out all the possibility of staying in this like semi-recovery. Semi-recovery is essentially when you feel like you have gained weight and you seem that, oh my god, I should be like normal now, but at the same time you feel like you can't fully follow your hunger without like gaining weight. You feel like you still have this water retention, you might not even have like regular period, so you only feel like half recovered. You feel like something is still off, and this is like only the like semi-recovery, like being like recovered but at the same time like not recovered, like staying in this like middle very unhealthy place. And eating to minimal calorie guidelines, or this like homodynamic recovery method guidelines, in my opinion is the best thing to make sure you're getting enough calories. Yeah, and to eat this amount, for example, I didn't eat this, like I didn't follow these guidelines for my entire recovery, like a full year, because I wasn't underweight, I didn't lose my period, but I just followed it for a few months, and I saw that it was very easy for me to eat this amount of calories, and I was sure that I'm not restricting and I'm not trying to eat less, and I stopped compensating. So I was like 100% sure that I'm doing my best to recover my body, and so I ruled out all the option that I will gain this unnecessarily weight, because I'm still essentially like yo-yoing between recovery, eating enough, and then relapsing and restricting my calories. Yeah, but as I said on my website below this video, I will explain this subject more thoroughly, and I will link some studies, like some scientific explanation. So please check out my website. Below this video I will post an article. So yeah, so essentially what you need to do to rule out any like truly unnecessarily like overshooting is to eat enough, eat to your full hunger, don't restrict, don't compensate your calories, and let your body do its job. And even when you overshoot with this, or you feel like you have done everything correctly, as I said, even with this sometimes you need to overshoot your weight, but it doesn't mean that the weight can't come down in time. Yeah, so I hope this makes sense, and please check out the article on my website, and thank you for watching, and see you next time. Bye.